Alright, so let's look at, this probably is our last rule in this section, okay? 1/2 to the fourth power in factored form. How to write it in factored form? 1/2 times by 1/2 times by 1/2 times by what? 1/2, right? So in the exponential form, it should be 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. How many 1? 4 of 1, right? 1 to the fourth power. And how many 2 on the bottom? 4 of the 2, right? Multiplied together. It is 2 to the 1. Fourth power. So what conclusion can we get? 1/2 to the fourth power equals 1 to the fourth power divided by what? 2 to the fourth power, right? So it looks like what? Distribute the power 4 to each of the numerator and denominator, right? So 1 to the fourth power, 2 to the fourth power, right? So in general, if we have a fraction a over b to the mth power, we can distribute the power to each of the numerator and denominator. So we get a to the m and b to the m. You guys? Alright, so let's practice these questions. -2 over 9 to the fifth. Simplify and evaluate. What should we do, guys? Numerator -2 to the fifth divided by denominator 9 to the fifth, right? And use your calculator. -2 to the fifth power give us -32. What is 9 to the fifth? You just did it, right? Check your previous results, or you can redo it. 9 to the fifth? 49, right? So eventually our answer is -32 over 59,049. Right? You guys? Alright, now let's try question D and E. This is the fraction inside of parentheses, right? To the fourth power. Okay, fraction. So what do? We should have what? A b squared c to the fourth power, which is a numerator, right? To the fourth power, divided by d to the cube to the fourth power. Then this is multiplication, right? A to the fourth, b squared to the fourth, c to the fourth, d cube. What is d to the cube and the fourth? Which rule should we use? Production rule or power rule? Should we adding the 3 by 4 or multiplying 3 by 4?
Multiplying.
Yeah, multiplying. So d to the what? 3 times 4 is what? 12, right? However, this is not as a most simplified form because we have to simplify b squared then fourth power, right? So we have to write it for one more step as what? A for b to the what? Times 2 by 4, 8. C to the what? 4 divided by d to the what? 12. Right? Alright, can you give question E a try out? Before we do the distribute the factor 5, are we able to simplify a little bit? Yes, we do, right? So 2 to the cube. What is x squared times by x? X to the what? Third. Yes, you're right. Y to the cube, y to the square, y to the what? Fifth, and then to the what? 5. Can you keep on working the problem? So 2 to the cube, x to the cube, 5th power. Y to the 5th, 5th power. 2 to the cube, 5th, x to the cube, 5th. What is y to the 5th, then 5th? 25, right? So, eventually it should be 2 to the what? 3 times 5, 15. We don't have to do it because this number too big, okay? X to the what? 15 divided by y to the 25th. You agree with that, everyone? Good, okay? Alright, so far we have already learned all of the rules, okay? Let's go over those rules, okay? Product rule here, power rule here. Yeah, I would say this is a, this rule does not have a name. If we have multiplication, this is what? If we have a division, right? Alright, so let's move on to the last page of this section, and then we are going to do practice questions, okay? So among these questions, okay, so I'm going to pick up some questions that we can do together. Let's do D and F. D. Think about it. Square. What should we do at first? Distribute the square to each of the factor inside of the parentheses, right? You guys agree with me, right? So, negative 3 square. A to the square times by b to the cube square times by a b to the cube, right? Distribute the 2 to this factor, but don't forget to add on parentheses, okay? Negative 3 square, a to the square, b to the cube square, right? Distribute the power 2, right? What is negative 3 square? 9 times by a to the what? 4, right? b to the what? 6. If there is only one base, we always multiply. Daniel, b cube times b to the square. This is b to the what? 5th. But if you have b to the cube, then square, it should be b to the what? 6. Okay? So there are 2 bases, we add up. There's 1 base b, we multiply, right? So this one, it has to be b to the 6. And then times by a times by b to the cube. So eventually answer is what? 9 times by a to the what? 4 plus 1, 5. b to the, what is 6 plus 3? 9. Question F, I want you to give it a try. they?
P to the 11th, Q to the 18th?
P to the 11th times Q to the 18th. Do you do this answer? You do? Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's check. So we should have P squared for Q to the cube for P to the cube, Q to the square's cube. So P to the A, Q to the 12, P to the 3, Q to the what? 6. And then these two together, 11, right? And then these two together give us 18, right? Perfect. Very good. Okay, so this next question is about application problem. It says, the height of a triangle is 4k cube units. Length of the triangle base is 5k to the 4th power units. What is area of the triangle? So, for this triangle, what we know is what? We know the height, right? What is the height? 4k to the cube. We also know the length of the triangle's base. Okay, the base is what? The base is 5k to the what? 4th power, right? So we know the base, we know the height on it. So what will be the area of this triangle? A should be what? Remember, 1/2 times base times by height. Remember that, right? So this is B equals, this is H equals. Remember the formula for a triangle, right? Yeah. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. So, equals 1/2. What is the base? 5k to the 4th power, right? What is the height? 4 times k to the what? Cube, right? Now let's simplify. 1/2 times 5 times 4. What is 1/2 times 5 times 4? 10, right? 10. And then for k to the 4 times k to the cube.
7.
You're right. Yes. 10 times k to the 7th power. Very good.